Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We're taking another look at Disco versus Ample. That's something that, they played 2 games in a row. I'm hoping to see a macro style game. And, well, hold on. So, this SCV, did you see that? This is a small thing, but I do need to mention. Most players don't use this as the 5th patch. But I was watching Flash the other day and recognized that he was starting to send to exactly this point, or right around this point on this patch as the 5th SCV. And obviously this is a small thing, guys, but most people use this as the 5th patch, or possibly this or this, right? These two that are further behind. But this is a more common one. I think it is going to switch over to this as the 5th patch because it mine's slightly better. But I just want to throw that out there because I bet you that's something Ample just started doing. Anyways, yeah, he's really on an improvement journey. This guy's been up at the top of the ladder, and I'm excited to see him play here again. Disco is someone that can beat absolutely anyone. I have games of him on the channel. I think I have games of him beating Flash on here, too. Like, he's a strong Protoss, not like ASL yet, but he takes games from everyone, so... I don't even feel like he played particularly poorly in that game against Ample. Ample actually kind of came up out of nowhere with that random 3 tank push and got him. It maybe a little bit better blocking against the Vultures makes all that not happen so badly. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there. While we kind of wait for this game to get going, I do want to thank you guys once again for coming down to ArtosisCasts, spending a part of your day here, watching some beautiful, awesome Brood War games. And, we've been doing more and more deep dives. A lot of players are kind of having interesting arcs right now. Occasionally I just grab replays that look good or look like they're going to be good. They don't always turn out that way, obviously. That Bisu side game, man. Oh, my God. But... occasionally as well, I do like these deep dives, and well, this one isn't as deep. I think I want to see a few games of Ample and see what he's up to. Maybe it does turn into a whole one. I don't have it decided necessarily always right before I start anything. Like, if I see stuff that's interesting, I may want to continue basically, and if it's just like meh, then maybe we go somewhere else. Anyways, Disco is up here. And it looks like just a straight-up factory expansion from Ample. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. That Marine trying to chase down the probe. And, yeah, it looks like we're just going to have a very, very fast Nexus. A little bit late sending that probe. I was going to say, this is kind of weird. Because... you can actually, with this really well optimized... well, I guess he sent his scout out a little bit early, but you can get a Dragoon and still get the 305 Nexus. But anyways, it's a very, very fast Nexus. It's cross-spawn. This build that we're seeing here with no range and just making the Nexus right away is slightly favored against the factory expansion. Like, you're getting more defense than you really need. And, yeah, it's just a little bit annoying that's the case, but... not a big deal. SCV going to come up and try to get a scout off. Oh, no, he actually turns around after seeing the Nexus. Well, as soon as you see that Nexus time, you know that there's not really anything to see in there. There's a possibility they've started the Robo. And obviously, if there's a possibility they started the Robo, they could have started anything. Even a Stargate, I guess. But, yeah, it's... You know basically what's going on. So he pulls back there, brings that Vulture up. It is interesting that he pulled the SCV back and didn't try to dive in and see if there's a Robo, because a lot of times you can see it and then you just know it's not DT, which, in and of itself is a very powerful piece of information to have. But instead opting to take the SCV back home, every SCV makes a difference. And I would say realistically for your games, if you're playing some Brood War, don't be too sad or too scared or too stingy with your workers. I think you should probably scout. But as you get better, every single worker, you actually feel it add up. Like, the more I work on getting every SCV out I can, the more I'm like, how do I have this much money? It really is a complete change for how the game goes. That's interesting. He actually sent... okay. There's one more. He's actually sent one less SCV than I anticipated. Okay, just working on eggs. I heard an attack. I'm like, I'm missing something. They're going to be angry. Lays a few mines down. Interesting that Disco didn't try to contest this. This is such a common thing. A lot of times someone will just leave a Dragoon right about there and just like kind of zone Dragoons. Instead, he's focusing on taking down the eggs, which allows Ample to kind of have really good vision of what's going on. But it's a 3-gate Goon opener. So the 3-gate Goon stomps down aggression. Oh my God. It stomps down aggression. And it has potential for a good attack as well. This is crazy. Ample is taking like such a fast third base. I don't even know what to say. I'm truly a bit speechless here. Okay, he catches that probe with these slow vultures. That's really good for him. Okay, Disco does blow up that mine, which is important. But that's really, really good for him. Anything he can do to slow him down right now without losing stuff is amazing. And in fact, this probe, gonna be got too. And he's gonna dive in. Oh my God, this is insane. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. So he is delayed probably an entire, like, 45 seconds to a minute maybe of the third base. We'll see when it actually gets down. And got like 6 probes. That is crazy. And now he's sitting here going up to 4 factories. He's making an excellent wall here. And if he just does a really good spread, I will tell you what. This is unbelievably greedy. It's kind of reminding me of that Firebat Hero game that we saw. This is so greedy from Terran, but it looks like he's just going to completely get away with it. He has well-placed mines. His vultures actually bought him a lot of time. And Disco's sitting here making goons like it's going out of style. His window to do anything with these goons is going to go away. Look at this. He's floating double buildings here to tank. He's got the wall to tank and to slow down and counterattack. He's got the Marines in front. 3 tanks, 1 shot a goon. You can't really attack that with this number of goons. Now, if he had instantly gone across the map, like as soon as he had an observer, if he had gone across the map with whatever he had, I think he might have even possibly, well, gotten far ahead. Maybe not won the game right there. Maybe, though. Double expansion coming up. So very fast 4 base here from Disco. Forge as well as Citadel. Got to get those legs going. Armory for Ample. Wait, does he already have observer speed? What? He got this in the previous game, and I was talking about how I actually really liked it there, and then too much action happened. I couldn't talk about it more. Normally, you wait for at least 3 bases mining for a bit to get observer speed, and a lot of times people just kind of forget it. But if you have observer speed, you can actually clear mines very well. Because the thing is, observer is too slow to keep up with goons. You can see here with the speed, it's keeping up, and like they can actually just attack, move, and not die. So there's actually a way you lay your mines as Terran if goons are chasing you. There's like a distance in your head that you know, like, oh, if the observer was here and you're running and they're chasing you, you lay the mines about here or something, and the goons will get in front of the observer and get hit. So with the observer speed, that tactic goes away. But that's like a very common tactic where you lay it, and the Protoss, if you smart, knows like, oh, I need to slow down because the observer's too far behind, and then wait for it and then go forward. So it's like a way to really build some space between you and the Protoss. But here, that just won't work at all because of how quick observer speed is. That's really fascinating to see that Disco actually likes that in all situations, it seems. Like, this is the opposite of the previous game. The previous game was a very messy game with lots of vulture movement. This is like a straight-up greedy macro game. And, yeah, obviously there's a lot of vulture movement as well. Gateway goes down to block vultures. Everything seems blocked off really well. 60 probes to 65 SCVs. So, I mean, right now, Ample is nailing his macro. We should see a starport get started. If he starts a starport now, this is God mode. I think this is actually going to start a starport. Ah, it's a factory and another factory. All right, this might just be a 3 base all in then. That's a real possibility as well. So that's 4, 7, 10 factory. And he's got 65 SCV, 3 comsat. Gonna have +1 attack. Yeah. I think he's just gonna go for it. Like 9 factory is like a normal macro play at this point. Like 3 base 9 fact. That's very, very standard, or becoming very standard. Used to be 8 fact. But 10 is like, screw it, man. Just give me more units. All right, so laying a few mines out here, continuing to rotate his vultures around, really getting a lot of intel. Playing against, let's see, 6, 9, 10 gate plus Arbiter. Stasis on the way. Kind of an interesting factory setup. Tons of depots being made, not touching the SCVs. Well, you know what? This makes so much sense. And the fact that he's mixed in unbelievable greed and solid mechanics with his very aggressive style, like, this is crazy. 183 supply at 11 minutes and 15 seconds. Guys, that's crazy. With 3 base and +1. What in the hell? And he's so tank heavy with it too. Like, you can max pretty quick on super heavy vulture, but this isn't really that. So Ample is just pushing like a madman. He's actually out as the Arbiter gets out. There's not even a stasis. What am I looking at? All right, we have the attack up here from Disco. So many more vultures coming in. He has those scans, as previously pointed out. And in fact, the Arbiter is so close to death, it's actually a really good pullback, but he does end up losing it anyways. He's going to be able to kill at least one of these bases. Absolute madness here. I think he's just going to roll him. I am in shock. Like, I haven't really seen a build like this. The third base, so fast. Like, I've seen fast third base builds, but then he got, like, just enough defense that he won't really die to anything. And look at this attack timing he's hit. He's still up in army supply. Ooh, good mind pull there from Wico. Wico, Disco. But, like, Disco doesn't have anything left. Like, he's added more gates, too. He's making more Arbiters. I think it's too little too late. It's getting some of these Zealots up here. Oh, okay. Saving this Nexus for a moment, at least. No, there's really nothing left. No goons. If he still had, like, 8 goons, I'd be like, yeah, this is totally fine. He can still hold this and be okay, but it's just not the case. Guys, like, I'm honestly a bit speechless, and there's a GG. That was incredibly strong from Ample. I just want to recap what happened here. So look, it was a regular factory expansion, right? 3 Marines, Vulture. He scouted a little bit. He saw the speed of this. When you see the speed of this, you know that range wasn't on the way beforehand. So range is pretty late, so you can kind of just have units that are okay against Dragoons by the time they're kind of ready. A lot of pros skip the bunker if they see the Nexus is fast. I wouldn't suggest this necessarily for you because some bad players will still attack, but he did make the 4th Marine to hedge against that. Okay? So he went mines, and look at this. Dude, he literally has a Vulture here, no bunker, 4 Marines, 3rd base. Not even making another Vulture. This is the greediest thing ever. Like, these 3 goons, if they just randomly attack moved across the map, like, maybe this lays mines and they hit them. But, like, There's a lot of bad plays here from Disco that could go over here and screw him up. He can't stop 3 goons. This stops 1 goon, not 2. Absolutely not 3. See, he does lay some mines in the center. Observer pops. Now, if Disco had gone right at this second with this popping, where'd it go? I don't know. It's somewhere there. There it is. If he had tried to go across the map right there, I think there's kill potential. But these vultures stayed so busy. That was like as early as he could sacrifice them too, because that could open up an attack. And now he's sieged. Jeez. For factory, armory. Where's the eBay? Oh, he does have the eBay. Academy coming up on 4 fact. And then he just goes to 10 at 65 SCVs. Dude, look at this SCV count. 852, 65 SCVs. I've never seen this build. This is cool. Appreciate with me for a moment. Sit in the awesomeness that is a very different macro build from Ample. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found this as fascinating as I did. We will see you next time.